Hello, hello. How are you? I hope you are doing great. Well, let's continue with our venture, right? With our learning experience. We are learning Spanish. So, I am learning Spanish. So, I'm not teaching, by the way, if you are here, like saying, oh, you did, you make this mistake and so on. Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure I will make mistakes. I'm learning. So I hope even I am learning, you can learn something too, right? And yeah, once again, I'm using recycled paper, so it doesn't look good, I know. Yeah, I'm trying to full I'm trying to fulfill all the spaces, so I can really make best use of the paper. It doesn't look good. I don't really like the way it looks, but it's what it is, right? And yeah, let's continue. But before we continue, let's review, right? Let's review last class because what happened, you know, what happened was that mm, I had to stop the video, and I didn't I didn't have the chance to review the words of the words that we were like learning the last video. So I want to do that now, because there is no like reason to hurry up, so we can take our time. Yeah, so let's review those words. So last video yesterday we were talking about like singular plural, right? So let's review that, right? Exercises: gato, singular; leones, plural; flores, plural; voces, plural; perro, singular; selvas, plural; hoja, singular; pozo, singular; ciudades, plural; perdiz, singular. And we are now, the other exercise was about changing el número of the noun, right, of the sustantivo. For example, gato, you change that for gatos, right? Singular, plural. So leones, plural; león, singular; flores, plural; flor, singular; voces, plural; voz, singular; perro, singular; perros, plural; selvas, plural; selva, singular; hoja, singular; hojas, plural; pozo, singular; pozos, plural; ciudades, plural; ciudad, singular; perdiz, singular; perdices, plural. Yes. So now let's that was it, that was it. But before, maybe you don't know what those words mean. So gato, cat; león, lion; flor, flower; both, boys; perro, dog; selva, jungle; hoja, shit; pozo, well; ciudad, city; Perdif. Perdif, that's a word that I wasn't, in English, I wasn't, yeah, partridge. Partridge, I didn't know perdif in English. Partridge. Partridge, that is partridge, is perdif, right? Now, let's do now the next lesson, because that was all part of sustantivo, right? A sustantivo. Now let's do the next lesson, that is E L A R T I acentuada CULO, right? El artículo. Okay, el artículo. So el artículo is the article, right? The article, or the article, right? So in Spanish, it says in Spanish there are two types of articles, right? Two types. So there are two TIPOS, tipos. Dos tipos, two types of articles, right? The first one, is ARTI acentuada. We are going to continue down below. FULO space DEFI NIDO. Artículo definido, right? Artículo definido. That's one. Second type is INDEFINIDO. Indefinido, right? So artículo definido, artículo indefinido. Two types of articles: definido, indefinido. So it says that the two of them, artículo, goes before, right? Before the noun. All right, so let's put that here. So here you have the article, right? So it goes before the sustantivo. Whoa. It doesn't look good, but it's what it is. Sustantivo, yes. And also it has to match. It has to match the GE acentuada NERO and NU acentuada MERO. So it has to match the gender and the number of the noun, right? Género, número, sustantivo. It has to match. It has to match. So if the sustantivo is feminine, the article, artículo, it has to be feminine too. If the number of the sustantivo is plural, so the number of the article, artículo, it has to be plural too. So it has to match, right? It has to match. We have some examples, and let's go with the examples. For example, we have LIBRO, all right? Libro, book. That's book, libro. Sustantivo, libro. So the género del libro is masculine, right? Libro. The number of the sustantivo is singular, right? Singular masculino. So the el artículo, it has to be also masculine and singular, masculino and singular, right? So artículo un libro, right? A book, un libro, a book. So it has to match. It has to match. For example, libro singular, but if libro is plural will be libros, libros, right? So plural. Now el artículo has to be plural too. Unos libros, plural, right? So it has to match. It has to match. Another example, we have the sustantivo novel. Novel in Spanish is N-O-V-E-L-A. Novela. Novela. Okay, novela. And novela is femenino. Femenino. So the artículo has to be femenino. Una novela. Femenino, una novela. Now, novela is singular, right? So we have to change it to plural. That will be N-O-V-E-L-A-S. Novelas. Okay, novelas. And artículo for novelas has to be femenino, feminine, and plural. So, unas, unas novelas, correct? Unas novelas. Great, awesome. Now, we have to talk about the definido, indefinido, right? Define and indefined. Let me check that. I'm not so sure. It's like that's the translation to English. Indefinite, right? Indefinite. All right, I was wrong. I was really wrong. So, definido is definite, and indefinido is indefinite. All right, in English. I didn't know that. All right. Now we are going to learn that. So, the definido, we're going to put it here. So, D-E-F-I-N-I-D-O, right? Definido. So, we use artículo definido when we are referring to one person or a concrete thing, you know. So it's so for one, no, to refer, right? No one to refer when we are talking about a person or we're talking about or a concrete thing. All right, so when we are talking about a person or a concrete thing, we use the artículo definido, right? For example, let's do some examples here. Oh, and oh wait, let's before the examples. So the indefinite indefinido is the opposite right? It's the opposite. Wait a minute. Yeah, the opposite is the opposite of definido, right? Maybe you would say it, but that doesn't say much. But if you know that definido is used for a person or a concrete thing, so the opposite, indefinido, indefinite, it's when you are not using it for a person or a concrete thing. Yeah, I think, or I'm learning, like that's what it says in here. So let's watch the examples. I think that will clarify the situation. So examples, right? Examples. We have una, una, article, P-E-L-I acentuada F-U-L-A, película. Una película. Una película, right? So this one is indefinido, right? Indefinido. Una película, indefinido. So we are not talking about a concrete thing. Like película is a general term. So it's not definido. So being a general term is indefinido. So una is indefinido. But if we are talking about a concrete thing, for example, with the movie, right? Because película is movie, right? So or film, right? So let's say LA, la, P-E-L-I acentuada, C-U-L-A, la película, B-L-A-N-C-A-N-I-E-V-E-S. The film Snow White, right? La película Blancanieves. The film Snow White. Now, this is a definitive. Wait. What? A definite, right? A definite. It is a definite article. Artículo definido. La, right? La. Because we are talking about a concrete thing. In this case, the general term película goes concrete because we are talking specifically about the film Snow White, Blancanieves. So we use the definite article article. So it is the artículo definido, right? La película Blancanieves. That is definite, definite, and indefinite. Indefinite articles, right? Yeah. So now we are going to see all the articles, like all the definite articles and all the indefinite articles, right? We are going to see artículos definidos and artículos indefinidos, all of them. And the good thing is that there are like 4 artículos definidos and 4 artículos indefinidos. So it's not that much, like it's easy, you know. So let's do it. So first we're going to talk about singular. All right, so singular we have a masculino, and that is singular masculino, el, el, yes, el, singular masculino. Then we have singular femenino, ella, ella, okay. Then we have plural masculino. Oh, let's go there. Masculino, right? Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's the same. LOS, los, right? Los. Plural femenino, las. Yes, las. So all of them are definite. All right, so we're going to do this. Yeah. Definido. Right? Artículo definido. Artículo definido. Right? Artículo definido. Good. Yes. And let's continue. Singular masculino. Un. Correct? Un. Singular femenino. Una. Correct? Plural masculino. UNOS. Unos. Plural femenino. unas, correct? And that is indefinido. Indefinido. All right, so we're going to do the same. So there you go. Definido, definite, indefinido, indefinite, indefinite, definite, definite, indefinite, right? Articles, artículo definido, artículo indefinido, correct? So we are going to review that next class. Yes, yes. And yeah, good, good. That was a good lesson. The articles, the articles. Just remember that it has to match the gender and the number of the noun. Yeah. And definite is when we are talking about a concrete noun, and indefinite is when we are talking about a general noun. Oh, not general, like we are not talking about nothing concrete, like it is not concrete, but definite, it is concrete. So indefinite is not necessarily general, but it's not concrete. All right. Oh, but yeah, I'm not so sure. Yeah, I think indefinite, you use it with general, common, with common nouns, right? With common nouns. And definite, you also use it for general nouns, but also with proper nouns. No, not proper nouns. No, no, no. You don't use it for proper nouns, but you use it to make general, like common nouns, make them concrete, like that you are talking about a concrete thing, right? But indefinite, you are not making the general noun like a concrete subject, Yeah, but I think that we are going to talk about that, and like when we go through the lesson, because we are just starting, so we need to learn more about the articles to understand them better. But yeah, we are going to do that next class. I'm learning. Sorry if I made a mistake. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Bye bye.